Joshua Williams, without a doubt, you are one of the best Flash writers out there. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys not just one, but a double issue on The Flash. Now, before I go in, let me just once again give out a shout out to Joshua Williams, who is pretty much the only person who has stayed on the Flash books ever since DC Rebirth started to this day. And pretty much from the very beginning, The Flash, I always knew I wanted to keep on my pull list, not because of the key role he would play with DC Rebirth and all, but also with the stories that Joshua Williams was telling. They were amazing, from like his battle with Eobard Thawne to the Flash Wars to the stories we're getting now with all these new forces out there. Joshua Williams, I don't know where you get this stuff, but I am glad you're out there. You are doing an amazing job. This Flash is actually one of my top favorite DC books out there, with a few others out there such as Teen Titans. And man, I realized that I have been just doing it doing the Flash reviews in a group of comic book reviews, but with as good as it's been, I was like, no, I should be doing this as a solo video. So here we are with my solo video, and I didn't get a chance to get the last issue, but I got it this week along with this one. So let's just get right into it, starting with this one. So starting off with what we got in with the last issue is that Flash got this. Right now, Joshua Williams is going into the year one thing, all because Flash in the previous issue before year one started said he lost something, and now he's making him go back to remember. And well, in that issue, he went to the future, and that's where he met his future self. Yeah. So, like, where do we get? There we go. This is where he meets his future self. Barry Allen meets Barry Allen in the future here. And of course, just like you'd expect, Barry right now, I said Wally, mostly because, yeah, I might mix them up because Wally, fastest man alive as we know it, but still, Barry Allen, he's as famous too, but whatever. But in any case, Wally still is just getting Barry's still just getting used to his powers here. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I might mix them up. But Barry's still getting used to his powers here, and is just freaking out and stuff while he's in the future, and he's all confused, and the older Barry is just like, I can't believe how, what's that word I'm looking, let me see where it is. Yes, pessimistic. This says it right there. He says, I can't believe how pessimistic I was and everything. And then he's just trying to calm Barry down and just talk with him. First off, just trying to find out if he's the right Barry from the right timeline. He starts to ask the questions about both Wally West's, about Iris, about August, who is Godspeed. And yeah, it seems like in this future, it's been taken over by someone who controls a tower. And it turns out the one who's controlling that tower is a Flash villain known as the Turtle. And yes, the Turtle. And no doubt this one is obvious right here, guys. It's about the Still Force. Now, we know about the Sage Force and the Speed Force and some of these other forces out there. I can't remember them all off the top of my head here, so I'm going to need to go back and refresh my memory on all the forces out there, because I can't remember all of them off the bat. Like Speed Force, Sage Force, Strength Force, and Steel Force. I'm not sure if there's another one. I think there's at least one more out there. I'm not quite sure. But either way, with the Turtle, his is the Steel Force, obviously. It's pretty much almost saying like Barry is in this thing about speed versus slow, like say the tortoise and the hare. That's kind of funny there, but either way, back on track there. I just couldn't help myself. If we get here, the Turtle has taken control over the future of Central City, and he feeds off the Speed Force of people. So or anybody who has speed in them, such as this person right here. His heart rate is speeding up so fast that he wants to help him by slowing it down. In other words, he's feeding off the speed force. And while like the future Barry's making sure not to tell him all about what's going on, he just tells him it's Turtle who's got control of it, but he doesn't really tell him more than that, because well, they're interrupted by having to fight Turtle's men, and it's in this point that Barry starts to see what he could do with his powers, especially since he was thinking he can't fight. He's never fought before, never thrown a punch before. But with that on the track, then you got the future Barry making sure to do pretty much what should always be done. Quickly get yourself out of the future or the past or whatever, and just head back to the present timeline you need it to be. Thanks to the cosmic treadmill, which it does since Barry back at home. And well, after seeing that future, he's still in a bit of a panic attack. He's just trying to want to let his life go back to normal. He doesn't want these powers and all. But, well, things are about to... Well, while he does do that, he realized he needed to get back with Iris, go meet up with Iris. Yeah, since this is going back to a flashback of year one, they're not really together, but there is that thing with each other there, a little spark there. Unfortunately, it's interrupted, and who is it interrupted by? No one other than... Let's get to him. Come on, where are you? Right here, the President Turtle, and right now he's just starting to attack everyone. But this is where Barry decides to jump on in. Now, of course, he's thinking that maybe if he stops him now, he'll be able to stop him in the future. But as the future Barry said, he wasn't that big of a villain in the other times, but that's because the thing about turtles is they're calm, collective, they plan slowly, and which is really what could be the worst enemy for a speedster. They go too fast, they don't think slow enough to understand what their villains that go in a slow pace might think of. And well, that is definitely something to look forward to see. I mean, we got it in this next issue with this week's issue. Flash Rogues Rises. He's taken on the turtle, and first off, let me just say I love how the turtle talks so slow, saying stuff like, "No, I don't think so." It's really funny when he does that. It's awesome that way. But in the end, though, Barry wins in the end. Although not exactly win-win. It's more like when the turtle's using the Steel Force, he throws it in Barry, and Barry gets thrown into that wall, but he explodes the wall, and just all that rubble knocks Turtle out, that he's finally being sent to prison. But considering how, like I said, he's a slow thinker. He plans things slow and steady, and in the end, makes his move to when it will count. So, got to keep that in mind. Well, when Barry takes care of that, he and Iris eventually start to go out and do their thing, try to have a date and stuff. And with that, but before doing all that dating and everything, Flash eventually gets used to adjusting with the speed and using his powers, and learning how every second it is a gift and everything, and there's always a tomorrow, and he feels that this speed has allowed him to be able to do things a lot faster than what he used to do. Actually, it even goes into a talk about where is that? I think that was in oh no, that was here at the beginning, before he fought the turtle, talking about like how he's always wanted to help people even when they were bully, and he wouldn't throw punches. That's a cool thing right there. But with all that now said, let's get on into the fact that he eventually got to the point where like we got the origin of like why he made that lightning his logo, because it was the lightning that gave him his Speed Force powers. So why not do something to honor that? And of course, Iris, being the reporter she is getting news on this Flash guy and who he is, what he does. And Barry just working on the costume still to work to getting that costume already. And then it leads into the romantic date time with Iris as she's coming to Barry's apartment, and then they're flirting with each other, such as Iris flirting with him and the fact that he's got a nerdy side to him besides science nerd, such as superhero nerd, which is me too. MegaGeekMixer, after all, lots of things geek related. And she's talking about she's got a horror side to her too. I mean, nerdy side to her that's horror in the sense. Josh Williams, man, this is one of the things I love about him. Keeps the thing about Flash. Now, Flash is a light character, just like Superman, but he's more having comedy sides to him. Both Barry and Wally West, it don't matter. Either way, I love it. But this is where eventually their date has to get canceled because she got a lead on a guy named, what was that name again? Oh yeah, Cliff Yorkins. Cliff Yorkins. So she got a lead up on that Cliff Yorkins guy, who it turns out actually is working now with Leonard Snart, not going by Captain Cole just yet, going by Leonard Snart, who's just with the gang and everything. And Iris ends up finding him and trying to get some answers on someone he might have murdered. And since she won't leave him alone when Yorkins acts, he was trying to make her leave. But oh no, don't mess with Iris. That girl's gonna show you she ain't afraid to fight back. Oh, that was insane right there. But just when he was about to shoot, luckily Barry showed up and stopped it. But in the process, it turns out he actually, while he may have stopped some bullets, I think he might have also gotten shot by one of them. Like he missed one and it shot him. Now, what may all this be leading into? Because the next chapter for the next issue coming out, it says Dead Man Walking. I wonder what that means. I still think this has to go in relation to the Steel Force and with Turtle and everything. Will this lead more into the Turtle, or does this have something else to do? Excuse me. Excuse me. All I know is that right now we are into some interesting things here with year 1. We're already in chapter 3 and it's already looking great. I mean, now in chapter 2, it didn't really give us much, but it was entertaining and it gave you future things to look forward to with this Turtle guy and clues into the Steel Force going forward. That's why I give this one pretty much maybe an 8 out of 10. This one though, I probably give it an 8.5 out of 10 or maybe a 9 out of 10, mostly because of the humor and everything that was in here. It was so hilarious and funny. So yeah, maybe I'll probably say, yeah, 8.5. Oh no, who am I kidding? 9 out of 10, because with how much fun this one was, I had to give it that. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for this one. Either way, Josh Williams, you do awesome, man. This is why I love the Flash books. You are up there with some of the Flash writers, such as Jeff Johns and yeah, high praise right there to you, man. You continue to do great. I just can't wait to see all these things you're planning to do with the Flash. And dude, I really hope you continue to be on the Flash for a good long while, because when I do know that when we get new writers, they try to switch things up. Sometimes it's for good, sometimes it's for bad. Bendis being that, but either way, it always has their ups and downs when you get new writers here. That's just how things are. But definitely, Josh Williams, I hope you're staying on this for a good long time. And man, keep it up, man. You're doing great, and I can't wait to see what more you got for us in the future with the Flash, especially with the villain that I cannot ever get out of my head from the Flash Annual. The one you said that you will reveal as the 2019 continues on with Flash 2019. So definitely be looking out for those books, man. But definitely, guys, these 2 great issues right here. I loved them, and I can't wait as we continue on and learn more about what the Steel Force is. We've already done Strength Force, Sage Force, and now we're doing Steel Force. And I'll do my research to remember if that's all of the forces out there. But definitely, guys, love those 2 books, and we'll see what happens from here on out going forward. But that'll be all for today, guys. And if you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!